would rather spray tan my butthole than get it waxed.
Smoking pot, riding a horse. It sounds fun.
It sounds fine. It sounds scary as heck to me, but yeah, it could be fun. Saddle or not, I've never been on a horse. I only ride horses side saddle anyways. M. Night. Knock it off.
That's going to be a shit.
You stop it right now. You stop it.
You stop.
You go to your room, M. Night Shyamalan. You go to your room.
Think about what you've done.
That's a bad M. Night. That's a bad M. Night.
Hello and welcome to episode number 361 of the Nation Conversation. I am your host, Ryan. I'm here with the Bing Bong Boy, Mr. Wally Foy.
Yeah.
And I'm also here with the best dressed man in audio. How's that mirror working out for you from Gorgeous? Were you gorgeous this week, Bill?
Not living up to the standards of the mirror, but it's going to help me get there. So
get that makeup applied.
Yeah. Oh, they lost to Texas A&M, by the way.
Alabama lost to Texas A&M. See? Dumb loss. Top stories in wrestling.
Let me just pause right there.
Okay. Good. Pause right off
I'll
the top.
suggest to you, Ryan,
Suggest
that
to
maybe
me.
we don't need to talk about what happened at pay-per-views over the weekend, who won what picks.
Is that
I think that's a very
just,
important thing.
Since we were just talking about how good fantasy football went this week for us,
Yes.
maybe we just have a fantasy football podcast starting now.
Let's just change it all.
Yeah.
Well, it's going good for Wally, too, so that would be bad as well, right?
It's getting close.
Wally needed,
Bill and I both both can win next week.
Last week when the show went off, you're like,
Yes.
I need 8 different scenarios to happen, and they all did.
Yes. I needed to pick, what was it, 1, 2, 3, 4.
It was
5,
literally
6.
every game you needed a result
out of 13 games remaining to go my way. And so far, 4 of them have.
Yes. With more to come.
With only 2 remaining. I need to go 2 for 2.
Wow. It's happened. Anyway, we are going to talk about these things.
Okay.
NXT had Wargames. And I actually watched the whole thing.
How'd that go?
Why?
Because I'm still part of the WWE Fan Network. I did a survey about it today.
Yeah, and what did you say?
So I don't watch it.
Stop ending me these quizzes. I don't watch this shit. I watched the whole thing.
I didn't. I was ready today to really type out a big, long, here's my gripes with you, WWE.
You just suck.
And it never gave me the option.
No. And they don't want that feedback.
Yeah.
They don't want that feedback. Anyway, I watched this NXT Wargames. Wargames is my favorite thing NXT did. So
It used to be great.
And it used to be great. So I was like, you know what? If I'm ever going to jump into this 2.0 and see what the hell's going on, I might as well do it on Wargames.
And now you're here for life.
Well, should we go over this? I was really interested to see the new people. Are any of these new people actually any good?
Mm-hmm, sure.
Is there anything interesting here I'm missing out on? Am I wrong about NXT 2.0 being not for me? And I think basically all my suspicions of this isn't for me have been confirmed.
Okay.
Nothing on this thing was that bad, but nothing on this, none of the new people are doing it for me.
I saw a quick recap that was basically a couple of times this would have been a really good match on a weekly show.
Yeah.
But doesn't hold up to TakeOver.
Not even close. So we started off with the women's Wargames match, which was Io Shirai, Cora Jade, Kaylee Ray, Raquel Gonzalez, who defeated Toxic Attraction, who have all the belts, and Dakota Kai. Okay. It was the whole match was set up so Cora Jade got the pin. She got injured. She hurt her shoulder.
But then didn't somebody pop it back in for her?
Io Shirai, who was incredible.
Of course.
The good people were great. Again, of course.
A legit shoulder injury? Or,
no, I think it was
work?
fake. I think it was fake. She popped the shoulder in because all the fake doctors were out there banging on the cage. If it was real, they would have went in and taken her out. So Io Shirai waved everybody off don't disqualify her. I'm gonna put her shoulder back in place. So she did.
How'd
and
she
then,
do it?
Like twisted the arm and like popped it.
She
like
push,
fake popped
or did
it.
she pull?
Because
Because if it was a real
I think it
injury,
was a
you're supposed to pull.
I think it was a pull because she put her foot on her shoulder. And
All right,
pulled.
all right. So at least they were
It was
correct in the way they did it.
fine. And then Cora Jade was hurt the rest of the match, so the rest of the girls had to like protect her. And then at the end, they all got beat up, and she kicked out. Raquel gave a massive power bomb to one of the Toxic Attraction people, and then Cora Jade rolled one of them up for the win. So she got the starring role, I guess. Fine, okay.
It sounds okay.
It was okay. Cora Jade not doing it for me.
No.
She
Now the other
seems
two,
super green.
yeah, I think she is.
Yeah,
Like I looked her up and I didn't recognize anything she had done before. Didn't know her name.
Yeah, she's done some stuff.
Because
But I think she's
Toxic
pretty
Attraction, at least one of them I like know. She's
Gigi-
Priscilla Kelly or something.
Gigi
right?
Dolan was Priscilla Kelly and
Right.
did a bunch of stuff.
Right.
So
Now, how many times did someone's head hit the turnbuckle? 15? 16?
There was one really weird bump. Kaylee Ray got like shotgun drop kicked into two chairs, but then she like slid right over the top of them and hit the turnbuckle with her head.
Oh.
I don't think it was very
So
ugly
for
looking.
real? Hit her
Yeah,
head?
it was very ugly looking.
And did it somehow hurt her less than when it looks fake?
Yes, it hurt her less. Didn't finish the match.
All right. That's something.
Yeah, I'm not. Nobody's terrible in here, but Dakota was fun. Io was fun. Raquel was awesome. Why is she not still the champion? She was just ridiculously cool, power bombing people onto people. Like
Yeah, she's a monster.
she's obviously chasing for the title. I'm guessing, but she didn't get the pin. They put it all on Cora Jade, so I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Is she like a physical specimen like Charlotte
Yeah,
Flair?
yeah,
Bigger,
oh yeah,
okay.
stronger.
She's
Wow.
massive.
Okay.
She's a very
Like-
strong person.
Like Rhea Ripley like type.
yeah.
Let me look her up. How did we pick this? Because I'm pretty sure. I
How
got
do we
that
pick
right.
this, Bill?
We
is
all, including Seance Ghost, picked this correctly.
Ghost producing, right?
We swept every match except for one on Wargames. So
So this isn't really the problem.
it's a little bit of a problem.
It's a little bit
when
of a
we get to
problem.
the last match.
Okay. I don't get the Cora Jade thing. I think they're putting her. She's a skater girl. She couldn't ride a skateboard. She came out and like immediately fell off. So obviously that's not a real thing. Or maybe there was some
Why
kind
would
of.
you
What are they,
bother
cool dudes with
trying to
attitudes?
I don't
do
know.
that then?
Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe
Are they
maybe
cool
I'm-
dudes with attitude? Is that what they were?
Yeah, two dudes with
Two
attitude,
dudes with attitude,
who
is that
couldn't
what-
skateboard. They just carried him to the ring. Johnny Ace was one of them,
I know
right?
it was.
They saw who was it? The
Darby Allin
yeah,
just
thank
copied
you.
him.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he's got heat, or he's got.
Which
people
is
loving
weird
him.
because they're facing his ex-wife, Gigi Dolan, is Darby Allin's ex-wife.
Oh, I don't think I knew that.
Yep. So yeah.
Oh, I did
mean,
see that Cora Jade dates Blake Christian, which made me think less of her.
Wow.
So Blake Christian.
He was
He
in
was
GCW.
in GCW. He was the one of two capable wrestlers in GCW, but the worst of the two.
He's all right.
Oh, GCW.
Yeah.
GCW.
Oh, GCW.
Yeah, he's in
There was
GCW.
he had a match where the one dude was actually good and was like crazy jumping over and around things. He was the other guy who looked like he knew what he was doing. He just didn't look that good.
He's not terrible. Come on.
He's not terrible. I mean, for GCW.
Yeah. So let's see. New people on this one. Not the highest. Not the lowest.
How
but
did
not
Mandy
the
Rose
highest. Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing terrible, but meh. I
Okay.
don't really care. The crowd was really into Gigi. They chanted for her a lot. So
Okay.
maybe she's the one that's going to break out and be. Actually, her partner wasn't too bad either. So
Who's her partner again?
JCJ or something like that. She wasn't too bad.
Because I feel like I
She
have
had
heard of her.
she had a
before.
fun moment where she, everybody was just getting weapons out from underneath the thing and then bringing them in, and she went in and just grabbed a table and just banshee screamed, like in a good way, not in like a Shotzi way.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, I like that. And she didn't do anything terrible in the match. wasn't awesome, but it was okay.
Avery Taylor was her name before. I don't know.
Yeah.
JC Jane is her name now.
JC Jane, sorry. Yeah, she was okay. I don't know. So that was that. So we did our picks, right?
We did.
Okay. Yeah. Imperium defeated Von Wagner and Kyle O'Reilly. Now
3 of these are good wrestlers. I don't know Von Wagner.
He was all right. Like they're very like all the new people are super like not going out on a limb.
The one thing I saw was that he just is like it's 2 good wrestlers versus great Kyle O'Reilly and generic
hot tag, basically a dude who's a decent hot tag who can come in and power slam some dudes and it doesn't look terrible. Uh-huh. The only thing that he did that was really bad was Fabian Eichner did a dive to the outside, and he did not catch Fabian Eichner. Like, he stopped his progress, I would say, but he didn't, like...
He slowed him?
He slowed him down, but didn't, like, save him from hitting his head on the ground. And even, like, looked over and was like... I think he either said, like, sorry or are you okay? Because he did not catch him.
Yikes.
But other than that, he was okay.
Who took the pin here?
Kyle took the pin. He had a choke on... one of the Imperium. I think it was Fabian Eichner.
Okay.
And then Fabian like powered out. It was actually
that sounds like Eichner.
It was actually a decent finish. He powered out and like lifted him up on his shoulders. Yeah. Because he's super jacked.
That's Fabe Eich.
Fabe Eich did that, and then Bartel did like a flying elbow while he was up there, and then like electric chaired him down, and he lost. So Kyle lost.
Now I saw a picture of him like throwing up Undisputed Era. Was this his swan song?
So we talked about last week that he did not sign he did not renew his contract, and that this was one of those Adam Cole things where it's like, here's 7 more days so you can finish out the week, so we don't fuck this pay-per-view up.
Right.
But you're out of here immediately after that. That's what it seems to be. Anyway, after the match, Von Wagner, everybody starts cheering for Kyle because I'm pretty sure everybody thinks like, okay, he's out of here.
That's it. Yeah.
So they start cheering for Kyle, and then Von Wagner like cheers for him and like steps back so he can have his moment, but then tries to attack him from behind. And Kyle, really weird.
Yeah,
this whole thing is weird. Then Kyle like realizes it's gonna is waiting for it to happen, considering all the turns that have happened to him on Adam.
Yeah,
turns around, ducks it, beats him up, then throws up Undisputed Era like, I'm out of here. Then goes, suck it.
Oh, okay.
Right to Von Wagner, and then leaves, and then I guess afterwards challenged him to a cage match on Tuesday night or tonight's, whatever you want to call it,
Von Wagner
episode.
Beats him
so obviously Von Wagner will beat him in the cage match and send him out of here. But yeah, very weird ending. Very bizarre. I don't understand why they would allow him to throw up Undisputed Era. It's like, go watch AEW, where you can now go watch all of us together, I'm assuming, very soon.
My guess is they didn't. He just did it. My guess is it wasn't discussed at all.
He just did it anyway.
He just threw it up.
Which,
and what are they going to do?
What, are you going to fire me? I already quit. Anyway. Cameron, it was...
Wait, how did we pick?
Yeah, how did we pick that? It was quick and not great.
It correctly.
It was a decent match. It wasn't...
Because
we swept everything.
Yes. I was going to pick the other team. You
switched to Imperium.
But then they weren't even in the match.
Yes.
They lost.
I was going to pick the Phantasma.
I thought if that happened, you got the other side.
I didn't pick
the Von Wagner and Kyle
I specifically
O'Reilly.
picked.
That's what I thought, but
Legado del Phantasma.
I wasn't going to fight about it.
Yes. And then you were like, oh well, since they're not even in it, can I have Imperium?
I didn't pick the other side of the bracket. I picked
it was also
Legado.
like Wednesday too. It was like, all right, I'm switching because my team lost. Like, okay, fine.
Yeah. So when Ryan responded, yes, that's fine. I'm like, damn it.
Should have fought. Cameron Grimes versus Duke Hudson, hair versus hair. Now,
obviously, we all knew this was going to end with Cameron Grimes winning, because why would you have him shave his head?
Right. And that's what happened. He won.
How was it?
Terrible. Yes. Yep. I was right.
Not good. Not
Who
great.
is this other guy again?
So Duke Hudson is a 6'5" dude who was in NXT UK, I believe. And because he's big, they brought him over.
Brendan Vink.
He's a poker player. That's his gimmick.
He's a
Oh, I've heard of him.
He says he's a
Australian,
professional
right.
poker player, and he plays wrestlers in poker like he played Cameron Grimes in the middle of the NXT ring poker. And they did like the whole ESPN poker shit, and Cam Grimes bluffed and won when Duke Hudson folded, and that caused Duke Hudson to flip out and take scissors out and cut his beard and his hair. Cam Grimes. So Cam Grimes got he did get a haircut. He has like a very trimmed beard now.
Okay.
And like shoulder length hair instead of like butt length hair. Or however long it was. So he has shorter hair and a shorter beard and looks very like Vince McMahon was like, clean this guy up.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why? Vince hates hair versus hair. Why would they do a hair versus hair? Well, I was obviously like, let's clean these motherfuckers up.
Yeah.
He looks terrible. He's supposed to be a caveman. What the fuck is a caveman? Duke Hudson, not great. He sounds like a dog. I hate this name. Duke Hudson.
Yeah.
And they kept calling him the Duke. And I was like, you sound even worse. You sound even more like a douche when you call him the Duke. Anyway. So
More
Cam
like
Grimes
the
won.
Dookie.
Oh, there's already a Doki, right? Or Dookie.
It is Dookie. That's right.
There's already a Dookie.
In Japan, right?
Yes. Dookie. All right, so Cam Grimes won. We swept it.
We did.
All right. Roddy Strong defeated Joe Gacy for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Which I actually
Wow.
am surprised by, because I thought the whole point of this match was to let a not cruiserweight, because apparently this dude is big,
He's big.
win it and then just like retire it or like make it anything,
Right.
and then combine it with North America
Well,
or
they
whatever.
should have done that, and they did not do that at all. Roddy Strong is so good. He's very good.
He's a workhorse.
He's very good. My God, is he good? And in this match, he wrestled circles around Joe Gacy. He also chopped the living fuck out of this guy. Like, did not hold back on chops at all.
Was he the one who had the perfect 10 gimmick?
No, that's
Who was that?
Ty
that was
Dillinger.
Ty Dillinger,
who's now in AEW.
AEW is the chairman.
Roddy Strong had something that reminded, like,
He's the backbreaker guy,
The Messiah, the Backbreaker.
right? So
He was the other guy in Undisputed Era.
the fourth guy added at
And
the end.
he was one of the dudes who was like around in PWG when we used to watch that.
Yeah,
And he was the
Shitty
one
little
that,
boots.
Yeah, they would chant that at him.
okay. I don't know why I thought he was perfect 10 guy.
But his wife is now in AEW, and all his friends
Wow.
are in AEW.
Right.
So, or that's his wife showed up on
Showed up
AEW.
once. We're not sure what.
Yeah, it might
what
not
else
be a
is gonna
contract.
happen.
Who was that again?
Marina
Marina
Shafir.
Shafir,
who's
Who's
from
from
here.
Albany.
Right,
He's
right.
from here. Yeah, Roddy looked great. Joe was okay. Again, like
He at least has done a little wrestling.
he's
I
done
think.
some stuff. He's not bad, but he's not great. He doesn't excite me. This gimmick certainly doesn't excite me.
We all
at
picked
all.
Roddy to win. So
And
we're all
Rod-
4 for 4.
So that made no sense. Like as far as like bringing this into the future, which I guess is one of my sort of complaints about this is like you fucking.
Are they trying to make the belt strong?
There was a story that came out that, like you said, Bill, that they said they want to get rid of the belt.
Right. But then
And there was
why-
like a whole interesting storyline of like, I'm actually interested in the idea of like big guys winning the cruiserweight. Like that worked in TNA. Wasn't it like Brian
the
Cage
X Division or
won the
something?
X Division
yeah.
I think
championship? and he's
Samoa
like,
Joe was at
Joe
one
did
point.
too.
Yeah.
Like I'm big and I can kick your ass, and
I can do the
I can
cruiserweight
also
stuff.
do that stuff.
Yeah.
Was an interesting angle, but
Maybe they just want to have a good name on it before they retire.
I
Like,
don't know.
Oh, this is
I don't know.
This is the first guy to ever have it. This is the last
Yeah.
guy to ever had it.
Roddy is. I like this idea of him being like the head of like a dojo and all these other people underneath him. And I also didn't know who the bad guy was. Because it's like Roddy Strong's part of a bad guy group who beat up Kushida a while back. But Joe Gacy's a bad guy, or is he, because of the cancel culture thing?
I don't know.
And he has like a heater with him, even though he's huge. He has that
Anti-hero.
Brock Lesnar lookalike with him, who's now shaved and looks really bad.
Oh,
Parker Bordeaux was
That
his name.
guy?
I don't know what his name is now, but he's his like heater.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just I didn't understand what the fuck was happening here, but good for Roddy for winning the Cruiserweight title. I mean, he should be a top champion, right? Like, he should be in the title picture, not
He should be,
Cruiserweight.
but he's
like,
not.
That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, it was okay. We swept it.
Yeah.
All right, Team 2.0 defeated Team Black and Gold. That's how they referred to it.
Yep.
In the men's War Games match. So it was like all the greats
Plus La
Knight. And then the new people, which I don't even remember all their names. Brick Breaker and his friends.
Yeah.
The Ghost Mike, his character, if he was a wrestler. What's that Italian dude?
Carmelo. Nope.
No.
Tony D'Angelo.
Tony D'Angelo. He was there.
What a rocket laser arm.
There you go. It was fine. Johnny Gargano came out to his old music. That was fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Him and Ciampa did DIY stuff together. That was fun.
Sure, yeah.
There was a fun moment where they all got beat up and like put into the middle of the ring, like where that cameraman is between the two rings.
Yeah.
And they all were like sitting on the ropes, like all beat up, and then they all turn and look at Pete Dunne, and he does the like shrug his shoulders thing, and they all start laughing, and they get up, and then they like rebounded after that. That was okay. Brick Breaker is a good prospect. Brick Breaker is he's got a lot of good stuff.
He's green though.
He's still green. There's still a long way to go with him, but he's definitely like blue chipper.
Yeah.
What I'm worried about is they're just gonna fuck it up. Like there's other scenario, like old NXT Braun Breaker, like amateur wrestling guy, like American Alpha style.
Yep.
Probably gets better and becomes really fucking good and like wins the title and all that. Brick Breaker in stupid NXT 2.0 Vince McMahon version.
Yeah.
I'm very afraid of what will happen to him. I'm very frightened, but looks good. Okay, now the stupid part of the match was we saw the clip of Braun Breaker. He can't get into the ring because of the chain, right?
Which his own team put on there, he said.
Right. So I see that clip first when I first wake up.
So, out of curiosity, did they put the chain on before...
Okay.
Right before he came out? Like, how did...
Okay, let me play it out for you, and then you can tell me if I'm crazy.
Okay.
Because I thought it was really weird and dumb.
Yeah.
So the bad guys have the advantage, of course, and they decide they're going to lock the cage so that they can triple team whoever is in there.
So it's 3-on-1?
It's 3-on-2, I believe,
okay.
at the time. I think it's 3-on-2.
It would have been one person unless somebody got thrown out somehow.
Okay.
No, nobody was eliminated.
So, yeah, it was 2-on-1 or 3-on-2 then.
I believe it was 3-on-2.
Okay.
And they decide they have a chain, and they're like, oh my God, they have a chain. And they lock the cage shut.
Okay.
But the cage has no roof on it. So the buzzer goes off, and La Knight comes down. And he comes to the door, and oh my God, the door is locked with a chain. Kind of dances around for a minute, goes to the side, then climbs the cage and gets in. Mm-hmm. And he gets beat up and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I wonder where this is going to go. But then I thought back to that picture, which I saw at first, and I'm like, what? That makes no sense then. Because now Braun Breaker comes down as the last guy. And it's like, he can't get in. They can't use the bolt cutters. Obviously,
make it 4-3, right?
To make it 4-3, because La Knight climbed in.
Okay.
Like, he wasn't still stuck outside because there's a cage top on.
Yeah.
It's open. He just climbs in. And then
so why wouldn't
Braun
you
Breaker's
wait to do that until it's 4-3?
So he's outside trying to bolt cut his way into the cage, and he can't do it. And it's like, it takes a while. It takes like 2 minutes. And literally, it takes so long, and they see Pete Dunne and like Ciampa laugh at him and point at him like, you idiot. So his own team locked him out of the cage. And it made no sense, because it's like, if you want Ciampa to come in and make the big save, he should be the one to come in and bolt cut.
Yeah.
Also, I bet you he would be able to bolt cut.
Yeah.
I would think. He's a real man's man.
It looked like he was trying to chop the entire link instead of picking one side of the leg.
It was a tiny ass lock. I wonder if he was supposed to like
exactly
clip the lock or something and like appear to rip it off. I'm like, okay, if you're gonna do this with Braun Breaker, he needs to like bash the cage in. Like, oh, you can't get in with that. You can't get in with that like chain. So I'm gonna kick the door down.
Yeah,
like Kane style, right? It makes no sense. So they locked their own man out, and now he can't get in. He looks like an idiot. Then he gets in finally, and then Ciampa comes down and evens the odds.
He just gets in.
That makes no sense.
So stupid, whatsoever. Right? If you actually break it down, it makes no sense. If Breaker gets in, Brick Breaker gets in, and then they lock the door.
That makes way more sense.
Then Ciampa comes down and he bolt cuts it and like brings the chain in to make the comeback. Like I could see that making sense. And they could still lose.
Or
also, why didn't they just give him the key? Did they not still have the key?
No.
Right. Where is the key?
Though that would have been funny if they gave him the key, he unlocks it, and then gets in, and then locks it again.
Okay, so
that would have been
the
smart.
only thing.
But then you've already had La Knight climb over the fucking thing.
There is a way around it.
You can just get in. The only thing I thought logically was like, because it's stupid Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard and all those idiots now instead of logical human beings. They were like, Braun's not a heel. He's the Brick Breaker, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
He's a babyface still. So the only way he can... everybody else is a heel. He's a babyface. So he can't be in there and like help lock the cage shut to be afraid of these guys. So we're going to do this dumbass bullshit to cover that up. That's the only thing that makes any sense.
You know what would have also made sense is if they did that, but he was in the other ring, because it's two rings next to each other, right?
He just wasn't a part
of it. He was in
the
other ring actually fighting while they were doing that. And he would have been I can't do anything about that. I'm fighting someone.
We're now at stupid Vince McMahon logic. So that's what happened. Braun pinned Ciampa, so I assume Braun Breaker is going to be the champ at some point soon.
Oh, Ciampa the champ?
Ciampa's the champ still.
He gets the match.
There was some good stuff in here. Like, it was a decent match.
That sounds so dumb.
Let me just say before we
Carmelo
talk about
Hayes was the only guy in there, but I already knew him.
Right.
Like in normal NXT, he would make sense as like an indie wrestler comes in and is like pretty good. He is good.
Okay.
Like he is good. I'm glad he's getting, this push or whatever. Good for him. He's actually a decent wrestler. But the new guys, like all the other new guys, completely forgettable, and I'm not interested in any of them except for Brick Breaker.
Well, you're not interested in him.
I'm worried about
down
him.
Your throat.
No, I like him, but I'm worried about him. Like, he should not be champ, and he's definitely
gonna be champ.
Gonna be champ real soon. Yeah. So I don't know.
Let me just say before we talk about the pick. Obviously, the only thing that makes sense in a match like this is that the young guys get the win.
Yes.
2.0 gets the win.
But after everything you described, that's the exact reason why I was the only one that actually picked the old guys.
Oh, my God.
Because I just couldn't get behind anything that you just said. And I even knew it before it happened. So I picked incorrectly on this last match. Everyone else went 5 for 5 on the night because they were so very predictable.
Oh, my God. So
I mean, that's good for me because that gives me a two game or 2 pick cushion on you. I think
going into this,
these
other
picks,
the
other thing that we tripped,
which we didn't make
AAA?
all the picks for AAA. I don't think only a few of them.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
So John, at the end of the match, off TV, on YouTube, Johnny Gargano said, like, "Thanks, guys." They like cheered for him. Said thank you, all that stuff, and then he said, like, I'm gonna be truthful with you, and I'll make my announcement of what I'm gonna do on Tuesday night. So tonight,
who did
NXT.
that?
Johnny
Gargano.
He also had a jacket with all of his Johnny Takeover jackets like mixed into one, so it was all different kind of faces and like
cool.
designs.
Okay.
And then his butt, his Johnny Johnny Gargano was written. I think it was Johnny Wrestling was written with like all the fonts and like all the faces and weird like Venom shit, like all the stuff in there.
Yeah.
In his like logo. So it makes it seem like he is gone. All sources say he is gone.
Good.
As well as Kyle.
I did see someone, and it was just on Twitter where it doesn't matter.
But maybe not.
But someone said something about, he must be out of there. And someone replied and was like, he's an Impact guy. Maybe. AEW's got to stop hiring people. And
Yeah, right.
Some other
You're gonna
idiot
hire
replied and was like, so an actual very good wrestler who is friends with the entire locker room at
Yeah.
AEW.
No
Yeah,
chance.
definitely an Impact guy.
Yeah, that would be dumb. Like to not bring him in, fire somebody else, and make room for him. That makes no sense. Anyway, so Johnny, Kyle O'Reilly could be gone as soon as this recording ends.
Hopefully.
We'll see. All right, AAA. We made some picks. I do not believe we made this first thing.
Nope. We picked 4 total matches.
Okay.
Is
Did we
this,
pick this Lady Maravilla match?
no.
Okay, I'm skipping that. Taya Valkyrie announced she's going to come back to AAA. She's going to face Deonna Purrazzo. Great.
that's cool.
Check. Love it. Konnan announced Kenny Omega is going to get his title shot for the title that he had to vacate later in the summer. Right. He also did some stuff with FTR. Did we pick this one? The Sanson L.
Nope.
No, all right, skipping that. Sam Adonis. We did not pick this match.
Nope. Have
But
not
Sam Adonis
Oh,
was
Dave.
the Vampiro Award for AAA, where he did a
Viagra
moonsault
Vampiro
off the
or-
top. Yes, Viagra Vampiro, but just for being dumb. Did a... Oh, God, I miss Vampiro.
so hard.
Why doesn't he have like a show on every day for 5 hours? Why doesn't he have a Twitch? Does Vampiro have a Twitch? Because I need to watch that. Although I may never leave the house or work again if I find that. Anyway, Sam Adonis did the dumb thing this year at AAA where he jumped off the top rope to land on a dude on a stretcher on the floor
yeah,
and just
except he missed.
whiffed.
He didn't catch all of it, I think, was the quote.
Did not catch all of it. The whiff. The whiff.
He
Anyway,
missed so bad
it
though.
was bad.
He missed everything.
The other thing I wanted to point out in this match, it was Murder Clown, Chess Man, the Weirdo Clowns, and then there's a guy named Dave the Clown.
I don't know what Dave the Clown is.
I already like Dave the Clown.
I forget what
the hell?
Chess Man looks like, but I know of him.
He's
I have
like
no
a-
idea what
he's
Dave,
like a-
Dave the Clown is.
What is it, Dave the Clown? Vicky Guerrero managed the Lucha Brothers. They were going to fight FTR or Lucha Brother. No, I'm sorry.
That's is that a segment?
Vicky
right there?
Guerrero did manage FTR. Sorry, not the
Dave
Lucha
the
Brothers.
Clown is-
Dragon Lee and Jurlistico. Did we pick this one?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah, we
Defeated Laredo Kid and Willie Mack.
Yeah.
The Mystico verse. Did you pick it? Did you pick for your own?
So
I like
Ghost
it
did not
anymore.
have anything to say about AAA.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Perfect.
You picked Laredo Kid and TBA, which turned out to be Willie Mack, I believe.
That's a good TBA.
That's a good TBA.
It is Willie Mack.
Too
That's
bad it was
correct.
wrong.
Yeah.
But it was wrong.
Wally
So
and I knew
Not
the
to pick
universe is too
TBA.
strong.
Yep.
FTR did defeat the Lucha Brothers in the ladder match to retain the AAA tag titles.
Shocking. I
Have not
imagine
been
it was a very
able.
good match, but
I imagine. I have not been able to find this yet. Hopefully, it's easy to find soon. But I do want to watch FTR in a ladder match.
Yeah.
Definitely want to see that.
So how do we pick
So how do
that?
we
I
pick
know
that?
we picked that one.
I don't. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know.
Uh,
Wally picked it, right?
I picked it right?
Yeah.
Oh, as a lone wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
wait, he got a lone wolf.
I got
FTR?
a lone wolf
Yeah.
FTR because of you.
Jesus.
And I said, I feel bad not
Damn.
picking FTR, but I didn't. I thought they would lose in Mexico.
Ouch, there you guys. Kane Velasquez, Psycho Clown, and Pagano defeated Rey Scorpion, Taurus, and L.A. Park. God damn it.
Shocking to me.
Shocking. Come on, L.A. Park. We all lost, right? That was a sweeper?
No.
No.
We swept that the correct way, didn't we?
No,
We
Wally
didn't
got a
sweep it.
lone wolf there.
Wally got a lone wolf there.
Oh my god.
Christ.
Are you serious? I got a lone wolf
Yep.
on Kane Velasquez, Psycho Clown, and Pagano?
Yep.
So that's 2 lone wolves, am I correct?
Hey, remember at the beginning when I said maybe we want to just go to football and not worry about this anymore?
Nope, we're staying.
2 lone wolves, and then I'm assuming this is a 3rd lone wolf for you, Wally.
I
El
think it
Hijo
is.
del Vaquino defeated Bobby Fish, Jay Lethal, Samurai del Sol, and Bandito.
How did Bobby Fish get screwed out of the title?
I don't know. You picked Bobby?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
I picked Samurai del Sol.
And I picked
Bandito.
Bandito, and so that means
And
Wally
I
gets
picked
another lone
Vaquino.
wolf.
I remember picking him.
Yes, you
did,
definitely did. That's 3 lone wolves in 1 episode. So,
So
I got
Lone
a
wolves-
perfect game.
in
didn't I?
nine possible points,
9 points of the whole night.
You, myself,
including
and
both
Mike
pay-per-views.
all picked 5.
Okay.
Out of 9 possible points, Wally got 12.
That's the best ever, right?
Yeah. He got every match right with 3 Lone Wolves.
That's the best picking of all time right there.
And I picked up 7 points
On everyone.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
You now hold an 8-point lead on your next closest competitor.
Oh my god, an
All right,
8-point
no
lead.
more picking until WrestleMania.
So, again, as I've been saying all year,
Pick more,
Wally
pick
is
more.
the wrestling fan now.
Well, he's done it. All right, time for a segment to be named later.
I will say,
have
if I do end up winning, I think that we have to close the podcast because I won the first year and I'll have won the last year, and I think that's a good bookend right there.
I don't feel like I can let that stand though. Last week what did we do? Oh, we did the numbers thing. That was fun.
We did.
Last week, guessing the numbers,
Oh yeah,
which we both did perfect on.
You did.
surprising.
Until we did Nomar Garcia Parra. We got that way wrong.
Oh, yeah.
After listening
just
back to
talking,
that, I'm like,
yeah.
Nomar 8. What the fuck am I doing? He was 5. Of course he was 5.
So we were talking about Red Notice, and they made a Vin Diesel joke.
Yes.
None of us had any clue what it was.
Right.
At the very end on the boat, Rock says to Ryan Reynolds, "You know what I think is funny?" And he looks at the camera and deadpans and goes, "Vin Diesel's audition tape for Cats, it exists." So apparently this is all Ryan Reynolds doing this on his own. And apparently he's like mentioned this before.
Yeah.
Like this is something he does, is talk about this tape apparently.
Oh my god.
Well, there's famously a lot of real heat between Rock and
Right.
and
And
Right,
Rock said,
right.
like, I didn't do that. That was all him.
Yeah.
But apparently Rock and Ryan Reynolds are like good buddies and
Oh,
have
yeah.
been for a while.
Oh yeah.
We also, I had said that GCW is like a bunch of promotions, like all smushed together.
Yeah.
They are technically, they're not. They're their own thing. They were born as a rebrand of Jersey Championship Wrestling. That was founded by Ricky Owen 99. But they work with basically any independent people
They
or
work
other.
very closely with Beyond.
Right. They work closely with Beyond.
And I'm sure there's others.
They work closely with a couple other ones, but they also will like here's all the some of the things that they've done that are like technically not under their brand, but they're like presented or whatever. They have Joey Janela Spring Break,
Right.
Joey Janela Lost in New York, Matt Riddle and Josh Barnett's Bloodsport,
Right.
and there apparently was something called Nick Gage Invitational Ultraviolent Tournament.
Okay.
So they they will like work with other promotions, share wrestlers, and then basically like any other stars can just like put on a show. Like doesn't matter what they want to do. They're like, yeah, we'll like
under their umbrella.
yeah,
They also have LA Fights, which they just
Right.
started up,
yeah.
which is like an LA version of GCW, basically.
So they're like they are their own brand, but they will work with pretty much anyone, which
Yeah.
is smart. And then finally, I have a small quiz.
Oh.
One person, Wally.
Oh no.
What's Tim Howard's number? He's got 2 of them technically.
Wow.
Tim Howard?
the former
goalie.
USA goalie.
The U.S.
Oh, Tim Howard.
Hero.
Okay. He was.
He's got 2.
Oh boy.
You should
Was he
get this.
0?
Boy.
Don't
Incorrect.
think
I'm
he
gonna
was
guess
0.
He was
1.
not. Yes,
One.
Ryan.
Yeah, he was.
Soccer fan Ryan.
Yeah, I think he was 1.
He was 1. He also was 24. I was going to do Landon Donovan, but Landon Donovan has had roughly 65
Yeah,
numbers.
yeah.
So,
It's kind of hard to pin down soccer numbers.
well,
Very
because
hard.
Especially
he had 2.
A lot of them aren't on the front.
Well,
Like, the
not even
jerseys
that.
have
Like
ads
you'll
on the
have
front.
like if you play for a couple different teams, you'll have a couple of different numbers.
Right.
If you play for a club and international, you're probably not getting the same number
Right.
for both of them. So it can be tough.
The women's national team numbers are weird because like I
They
feel like
change a lot,
every
too.
year they change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, since you are now the soccer fan of the podcast, one single number for a soccer player. Ryan, do you know what the American hero Carly Lloyd's number is?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
I think it's 10.
It's the most important soccer
is
number
10.
is 10.
I think it's 10.
The most important soccer number is 10.
What does that mean?
That's your
Oh.
playmaker, that's your attacking playmaker, that's your number 10.
Most important.
So you got
I
2
see.
for 2 on soccer today, right?
Wow. See, I really am a savant. What monies will I get from this? None. All right. Time for the
Turn this
eBay.
into internet monies.
Maybe. Time for the eBay wars. Guessing numbers? I don't think you. eBay wars. While you're up by a point, you extended your lead again by 1 point.
How?
No,
Didn't I win last week?
Oh, did you cut it?
I thought I
No.
tied it last week.
Did you tie it again?
What did we pick last week?
I can't remember.
The chair.
The chair. Who won
You
last
did,
week?
You did. Oh, was I up 2 then?
No.
Or are we tied?
No, you were tied, and then Wally won.
And then I
Right.
think you tied last week.
Did you tie
I
it
thought I
again?
tied it up last
No,
week.
because
but I
you
could be
definitely
mistaken.
won because I picked something, and then you gave me a $10 cushion, and I was like, "Well, I'm not going to win." So you definitely won last week.
You won the chair? The
I think
But
2
I
weeks
think-
ago we were tied.
the fuck is
And-
wrong with me?
It was the one where it was the basketball for $1 million.
Okay,
Yes.
so you
And
tied
then-
it
Oh,
again.
wait a minute.
And that's where I went up by 1.
Wait a minute. Then
No.
what was the one that actually sold? Something actually had sold.
That was last week.
Was that the chair?
Yes.
So I think I tied it back up then.
You did.
Okay,
So
I'm
it's, I
sorry.
think it's supposed to be 11 to 11.
All right, sorry. 11-11. My goodness. eBay Wars, 11-11. Bill, you tied it up last week.
Very important.
Ghost has 2.
Boo.
Wally, you have the unfortunate task of having to go first again. Now, let me give this description before you go.
Should I cut his legs out this week or let him hang on? String him out. For
You have a
another
chance to
couple
take the
weeks.
lead. It'll be a nice Christmas gift to you. This is a Randy Macho Man Savage autographed official AL baseball inscribed with, of course, perfect for the season. It says, Merry Christmas, Randy Macho Man Savage on this
So
baseball.
did you search
No.
Christmas wrestler?
I have a search history that I go through, and this popped up, and it said, Merry Christmas Baseball. I'm like, oh, that is perfect. Perfect! Randy Macho Man, Merry Christmas Baseball. Now, description. This Rawlings official American League Baseball was hand-signed and inscribed Merry Christmas by one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, Randy Macho Man Savage. Randy, a Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer, passed away of a sudden heart attack in 2011
And car
at the
accident,
age
if I
of
remember correctly.
58. Which, do you really need that in there? The autograph is guaranteed authentic and includes a letter of authenticity.
Baby. You don't
from
get that often.
PSA. Okay, let me see
From
if there's any.
PSA?
Yes,
What's PSA?
it's like a grading.
Oh, okay.
They grade cards, right?
Now,
Public
this
service
is definitely like
No, it's not public
the
service.
only thing I have on hand is a baseball, and I see Randy Macho Man Savage like walking his dog or something like that.
No.
And it's Christmas time, and you're like, "Hey, can I have your autograph?"
I
Yeah.
think this is someone
What
who
is the
wants
story?
anyone's signature on a baseball.
What is it? Why Merry Christmas?
I don't know. Maybe he just did that in his own. Said, "Can I have your autograph?" And that's how Randy did it. Maybe.
That's so weird.
I want to get this as a present.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe
But
it
even
was
so, why would it be a baseball? That like,
because Randy
was a baseball
Randy
player,
was
was he
a
not?
baseball player.
oh, okay.
He
But
was a
even
baseball player.
so-
But this is later. I mean, it's kind of interesting because he was like it was like a famous part of his lore that he was a minor league baseball player.
But also, yeah.
Oh, cool piece. I'm gonna get him to sign a ball. Like, I get that.
Maybe he was going by Macho Man while he was playing baseball.
No, I don't
And it's
think. I
that
don't
old.
think. I'm guessing not.
could be mistaken.
Like he was like,
also,
yeah,
I'm
why
pretty
not?
sure he wasn't savage when he was playing baseball.
that's probably fair too.
Pretty sure he
No, he's Poffo. Yeah.
Randy Poffo.
I'm gonna change my name to Savage.
And I'll
Dig
be
it.
known as Macho Man.
Snap into it. He was just that early on. All right.
Brandy.
So
It's all about Brandy.
this item is not sold. It's not a sold item.
Okay.
Macho Man. Now, Macho Man is no longer with us, so there's not a lot of signed Macho Man stuff out there. I don't think there's some, but it's hard. It's getting harder and harder to find it. So it's rare. I would assume rare. I don't know how many people had Randy Savage signed baseballs over their life. Not many, I'm guessing. So, Wally, your first bid, opening bid for the eBay Wars is.
Baseball's probably worth about, what, 99 cents at the store?
The strategy is not paid off for you.
I'm going to say asking price of $250.
$250. Okay. Bill?
I'm going to conservatively say this is worth $300.
Oh wow, we went higher.
You're saying conservatively.
Yes. I think it's much higher than that.
Yeah.
Okay. Bill, you have taken the lead.
All right, I don't have to
I'm
go
back,
first
baby.
anymore.
He's back or never was. Were you in the lead at the beginning? I don't know. Who knows?
Never led.
Shows a garbage truck on fire rolling down a hill.
Throw an interception. Throw an interception now. Do it.
Oh, no. Throw a 50-yard touchdown instead. Oh, you almost got that. People love this stuff. Anyway, they fucking hate it.
By people, you mean one person.
Oh, I gotten it twice, I think.
Yeah.
2 or 3 times.
From other people?
Yes, like, that's really annoying when you talk about sports that have already happened. Living in the moment, baby. Live to tape. Anyway, you guys are way the fuck off. Bill, you win.
$1,000.
Still way off.
1,500.
Still way off.
2,500.
Correct. $2,499.99.
You dick.
Price is right, baby.
99 shipping, if you count that.
Oh my god, that's
$2,500 basically.
Yeah,
Yeesh.
because it's a baseball.
Signed
Whoever
by-
this is, he's the type of dude who would mail a baseball to the president and be like, hey, could you sign this? Because he just collects baseballs for whatever reason. But this is a dead wrestler, so it's got to be worth thousands of dollars.
Or 300.
I said conservatively.
You did. You knew it. You knew it right off the bat. That hit him right in the hands. People
sure
love
did.
this stuff. Anyway, Brady Macho Man Savage. While you can grab this sucker with PayPal credit, only $108 for 24 months.
That's it.
A month. It's not bad at all.
No, thank you.
It's not bad at all. PayPal credit. Sponsors. Okay. That brings us to the weekly review, which is going to take a long fucking time because it's Die Hard. Christmas movie. Die Hard.
will say I'm also on the side of not a Christmas movie.
You're on the side of not a Christmas movie.
I think I'm on the side of not a Christmas
I am on the side of Bill breaking everything over there. I'm on the
because
side.
you could make this movie without it being Christmas time.
No, but that's what makes it so good.
but
The
that
Christmas
means,
portion of it make it great.
no, it doesn't.
Yes, because every action
Could
movie
make
just
it about
happened.
Christmas,
Paul.
but it is Christmas.
Every action
There's
movie,
Christmas music. It is literally a Christmas party.
they
It's a
all
Christmas
sing.
movie for people who don't like regular Christmas movies.
All the
I
main
don't think that
characters
makes it count
sing
as a
carols.
Christmas movie.
It's definitely a Christmas movie. It literally starts and ends with Christmas songs.
Yeah, it's a
Great
Christmas
fucking
movie.
Christmas songs.
It's a
too.
Christmas movie for people who don't like Christmas movies.
Okay, so the reason we're doing this, there's no wrestler, as far as I know, in
The first one.
In the first Die Hard. So I invoked the Kevin Nash rule, which, if you don't remember, and why would you, is Kevin Nash was in
Kevin Nash,
John Wick
Rule.
1?
Two. He was in the second one.
No,
John
he
Wick
was in
2.
John Wick 2.
Yes.
So that allows us to watch any John Wick movie because they're so good. That was the rule. We want to watch more
Which,
John Wick.
To be fair, we haven't really invoked this rule at all.
No, we
Other
haven't even
than-
watched
Only
John Wick
once.
3 yet.
Only
Yes,
once.
we've only
Did we-
invoked it for John Wick and for this movie now.
Well,
for
we've
Die
been
Hard.
talking about closing the circles on a few of these trilogies that we never finished up. So maybe
What else? What other? Oh, well, I can.
Magic Mike was
Yep.
started the thing because we were like, did we ever watch Magic Mike 2? And we did not. I think we
Now
were
there's a third
going
one that's
to.
gonna be.
We have not watched the second one. There is a third one.
And there's a third one being made.
Yes. Yeah.
Like it's being written.
We never did the original Jumanji.
Nope.
We did the other two.
Correct.
Right. Turtles 3.
Either one or
Um,
Turtle 1.
we
Turtle
haven't
one.
watched Turtle 1.
Right. Turtle 1 or 3.
Did we watch the new Turtles one?
I don't think so.
No,
No,
we watched
we've
the
only
new
watched-
Turtles 2
We've watched both Turtles.
and the old
too, yeah.
Turtles 2.
Yeah.
So we could close both of those circles if we wanted to.
Yeah.
There's others.
No, I think
feel
they're
like.
in the first. new
Friday we've
Turtles.
opened and not
Next
closed.
Friday, Friday after next,
Yeah.
all those.
We watched Friday.
Yeah,
And all those actually star, I
Zeus
think,
is in it.
Tiny Lister and
He's
all
in
of them, right?
the first and second. I don't know if he's in the third.
I think he shows up at like the end.
He
They're
might.
like, what? You're here? And then that's it.
That might be right.
But,
The
yeah.
second one is all about him trying to find Craig and like hiding in the dog car or whatever.
Right. And that one's not terrible. Like, it would have been a good movie if it... A better movie if it was... what's his face? Who wasn't in any of the other ones?
Chris Tucker.
Tucker. Why he never came back. Smokey was in jail, I think, at the start of the second one or something like
I think
that.
so.
They made like a funny comment about it. Anyway. Fucking Die Hard.
All right, let me just say this before we jump into it.
Okay.
Last week, when you were yelling at me for not knowing what, like, having seen it,
You've
I
never
said,
seen Die Hard.
I more or less have seen it.
Okay, how much percentage do you think if you saw?
About 40%.
That's a pretty good percent. That's a pretty good percent.
My recap, having not seen it yet, was Bruce Willis is like in a building and he's
Yep.
like crawling around in vents
Yep.
and there's like shooting stuff and Carl Winslow's in it. And ho ho ho, I have a machine gun, Bill Cly. That about wraps it up. That was a pretty good summary of the movie.
It's not bad, actually. It's not bad. How many times have you seen this thing, Wally?
Oh,
Like
I don't
one or
know,
two?
probably a handful.
It was
dozen
on
times.
TV.
I had
a
never
lot.
seen the beginning or
I think
end. I've
as a kid.
seen
Yeah,
middle parts.
There's a lot of the beginning
Also,
that
if
I
you-
hadn't seen in a long
If you
time.
saw this on cable, there's probably a lot cut out because there's some
Yeah,
weird scenes in there they have to cut around. Like the people having sex in the office and then like the boobs.
They're just random poster of boobs.
So that's
Poster
kind of
boobs that
important because that's how he gets away. Like,
Right.
That's how he doesn't
Everything.
get caught.
That's the thing that makes this movie great. Everything is important and has a thing that plays out in the movie. Like Argyle drives in and like says he's gonna like. There's a whole like he doesn't just sit there and hang out for no reason.
Except he does until the very,
I
very
mean, he didn't
end.
need to stay that long, but he was you know.
But he got trapped.
He was
couldn't
getting
get out
paid.
for a
The
while.
other thing is getting
didn't
paid
fucking know that
no
he
matter
was-
what to follow this dude around.
That's true.
So
That's
he's
true.
expecting
And he told
a big
his-
tip. Probably
He told his boss that he was bringing him to Las Vegas at one point. He
Right.
said so.
So everything in this movie has a reason. Maybe it's not. Maybe there's some plot holes here or whatever, but there's a reason for these things happening.
There's some
Anyway,
physics holes for sure.
oh for sure. There's a whole lot of physics,
holes.
but I think it's a fucking great movie. We'll
Oh,
find
it's-
out what you think at the
it's a great
end,
movie.
Bill. All right, John McClane, afraid of heights, goes to visit his family for Christmas from his wife that he is separated from.
Yes.
Yep.
But clearly there's
Which
still
is-
something. Like there's
A weird, like the reasoning is bizarre. That's not the best part. We go to Nakatomi Plaza where there's a Christmas party. Holly is going by Holly Gennaro. She's the number 2 person at Nakatomi Corporation. Harry Ellis is like the sales guy, and he creeps on her. And it's weird that she's working during the Christmas party because she's so busy.
Nope. That's you got to show that she's
Right.
the number 2. She's got to be working during the Christmas party.
Right.
yeah, but she's nice though. Like she tells her sister and
Yes.
whatever, like, please go like enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Pregnant
right.
assistant.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So she's working. She calls the kids, says that they should set up a spare bedroom for Mr. McClane. She's now going by Gennaro. We talked about that. Argyle is actually John McClane's limo driver, and he's like, I've never been in a limo. And Argyle says, I've never driven a limo. So they buddy up in front.
Yep.
He's not in the back of the limo.
Right.
He's sitting in the passenger seat, which I've done once. On
I
my way to
know.
a prom, I sat in the front seat with the driver. Not because I wanted to.
That was like a
because
rib. Yeah, that was a rib.
There was like they sent like a 6-person limo for like 10 of us or
Yeah.
something,
You had to sit
and
up
I had to
front.
sit up front with the driver.
Oh, that sounds.
That was a rib.
Wasn't good.
Sorry about that. I was probably involved in that plan. Argyle basically is the audience, and he pesters John about what the hell's going on with this lady. Why are you coming out here? What's going on? You're separated because she took a highfalutin job, and you didn't believe she was going to make it, and she did. And the whole time you stayed in New York because you're a dick. And you're a cop, and you got bad guys to catch. So that leads into one of the best Christmas songs. The Run DMC Christmas song kicks us off.
That's right.
It's LA, and Argyle likes good music.
This is Christmas music, man.
Yep. Why don't you put on some Christmas music? This is. Argyle says, I'll help you out. I'll wait and see if you strike out or not, and then I'll get you out of here. So McClane gets in. He signs in. He can't find Holly McClane, so he finds Holly Gennaro, and he gets all pissed off. We see Harry Ellis snorting coke.
Yep.
He's a real doozy. Holly and McClane see each other. It seems like it's going real good, and they want a piece of the action with each other, but
And then immediately fight.
they start fighting.
Yeah. He picks the fight too.
He picks
Like,
the fight.
He starts it.
I see you're going by Gennaro.
You know,
Yeah.
which is it also plays into the movie of like that's why they can't figure out when they find out McClane's name. They can't figure out who he knows from the party. Like, it all, like, ties in together. McClane gets cleaned up because he's all dirty from the trip, and he, like, takes a shower in the sink.
It's a horse bath.
Yeah, and then takes his shoes off, gets himself all comfy.
Because the guy on the plane told him that's the best way to de-stress after flying.
Right.
Which I'd like to
rub
try.
your toes like
This
little
was
balls
weird.
on the carpet.
Make fists with your toes.
Yeah,
Like
which
this with
I
your
don't know.
toes.
I've not done it, but it seemed weird.
So the bad guys come in, and these are the coolest fucking bad guys of all time. And Theo comes in, and he starts talking about the Showtime Lakers, just like, the Magic passes to Kareem, and this and that.
Worthy.
And then his buddy shoots the guard right in the head, and he's like, 2 points. I love Theo. He's so good. So they kill 2 guards. This place is
Gigantic.
It's this massive corporation who deal in, we don't even know exactly what they do. They deal in bonds. They have $640 million of bonds in a vault.
Yep.
And 2 security guards for the whole thing. I assume because it's under construction?
Yeah, there's at least 32 floors on this place.
They do also make a point to say that, they're the only ones in the building left because of the Christmas party.
Right.
So only 2 guys guard a vault. I find that very hard to believe.
Well, it's high tech.
I guess.
7 layers or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they are easily going to break in and get this money. Hans Gruber shows up, the greatest villain of all time in any movie. The best.
Mm-hmm.
He's awesome in everything he does. What's this guy's
Alan
name?
Rickman.
Alan Rickman.
Fantastic
So
actor.
good.
I don't know what else he's
Best.
from, but I definitely recognize
Harry
Snape.
Potter.
He's Snape in Harry Potter. He's in Love Actually. He does,
Robin Hood,
He does
Men-
Emma Williams real bad. Or not Emma Williams. What's the famous British lady? Emma Thompson?
Maybe?
He's supposed to be married
know.
to her in Love Actually, and he cheats on her.
Well, he's awesome.
Because I saw somebody tweet, if you watch Die Hard right after watching Love Actually, Alan Rickman will get what's coming to him for hurting Emma Thompson or something like that.
Gets it. Gets pushed off a building.
Prince of Thieves. Yeah, he was in
Robin Hood,
Thieves.
Prince of Thieves. He's
Oh, is that with Kevin Costner?
Yes,
he's
it
in the
is.
Kevin Costner thing. Argyle hangs out in the garage, just having a ball, calling people from his phone. Nobody can
His
call
girlfriend.
anybody in this thing, but he can.
Yeah.
Because he's got a car phone.
He's got a car phone. He also has they drop that, like, he has a CB radio as well. Like, they make sure to drop
Got
that
everything.
in.
VCR, TV,
CD.
VHS.
VHS.
So before the phones get cut off, McClane calls down and says, it's 50-50 right now. Wait for me, Argyle's like, no problem. I'll do that. I'm drinking the champagne from the thing. I'm just hanging out. Hans comes in. He shoots off the party. Starts shooting in the air. Going to try to find the owner of the Nakatomi Corporation, or one of the presidents or whatever.
Mr. Takagi?
Mr. Takagi. So McClane gets the hell out of there. Now the phones don't work, so he can't call.
Yeah, so he knows
cops.
something's going on, and he's in, but he, like, I guess smartly, like, runs away from the action.
Yeah. He grabs his
2
gun.
times he runs away from the action, and it's like, oh yeah, this makes complete sense.
Yeah.
And any
'Cause
other
there's-
like version of this would be stupid.
Yeah, there's like 4 guys with machine guns, and he's got 1 pistol.
So he runs.
So yeah, run away.
Right.
He's shoeless.
Right.
Because, yeah.
So he's shoeless now because of that shower. What did you call it? A horror shower?
A whore's bath.
A whore's bath. So he gets out of there. The phones don't work. This movie would be over in 10 seconds in cell phone era.
Yeah.
This robbery cannot occur, right? Unless they jam cell phone signals or something,
they'd have to
which
do
they
that.
probably
could.
could have had
Yeah.
Theo do that. Hans pretends to be a terrorist. We know that from what happens, but he pretends to be a terrorist. Theo has to put a bunch of codes in to unlock this vault, which is $640 million in bonds and other cool stuff.
Yeah.
While they're all talking, McClane just listens in. Takagi, they're asking Takagi for the code. He won't give the code, so Han just shoots him in the head. It's like, whatever.
like,
Not
"All
a problem. We have backup plans.
He's
on
like, you
backup
can
plans."
break into
Yeah, and he
this.
says to the guy, like,
Right. Theo's like,
Yep.
you can, right?
You didn't bring me here for my sunny
Oh,
disposition
right,
or something
yeah.
like that.
Yes. So McClane runs away and starts talking to himself, which is awesome.
Yeah.
His little conversations that he has with himself.
You should have saved him. No, because then you would have been dead, asshole.
Right. Arguing with himself. One of my favorite things about him is like he's not having a good time. Like he's not John Wayne or The Rock. Like he's like, this sucks that I got to do this. Right? This sucks. I hate this. That's my favorite thing. And he's not like. In the first movie, he's like a normal dude.
Yes.
Like he's a cop and he knows his stuff and he's smart, but he's not like super jacked and like invincible.
Yeah,
I mean, he is invincible, but like he gets hurt all the time leading up to the fire hose thing.
Feet especially.
Right.
Yeah.
Oof.
Like he's vulnerable. Like he could die until he does that thing and then he will never die in any movie ever after that.
Yeah.
So he decides, great idea, I'm going to pull the fire alarm, which is smart. And then because of computers, they're able to stop the fire alarm and like call in and figure out what floor.
Security and say like, oh, don't worry about it.
That was a false alarm.
Yep.
Something weird with the construction.
So he sees like the come and then stop and turn around.
Right. So then the German catches up with him. There's a couple Germans. And they're brothers. So this guy catches him. And he gets killed by headlock takeover down the stairs.
Yep.
And he just kills him.
Dead.
And then
Broken. Yep.
Theo yelling at the computer, saying, says, "Do you wish to proceed?" "You bet your ass I wish to proceed." I love Theo. He's awesome. Do you know who Theo is? He's Walker, Texas Rangers partner. That's who he is.
I don't know what his name is, but I know exactly what
you know Walker has that partner?
Yeah,
That's Theo.
Nice.
He's also in Top Gun. He's one of the other pilots in Top Gun.
Okay.
McClane decides, fuck these motherfuckers. I'm going to put this dead guy on a chair and put a little note on there with some Christmas decorations. And send this down the elevator to the bad guys and tell them, basically scare the fuck out of them.
Now, it did take me a couple seconds to figure out why he didn't just like push the button, get out of the elevator, and let it go. Why he had to stop it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But he was getting on top of the elevator.
Right. He gets on top of the elevator so he can hide because he knows that they're going to find him because...
And he wants to figure out some stuff about him.
The fire alarm goes off and they find him immediately. So he knows that they can find him.
Yeah.
With stuff like that. So anyway, he sends this thing down. And Hans drops it. It says, "Now I have a machine gun." Ho. 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 Ho.
Yeah,
the best.
The last ho
The
is
best.
just so short. It's
best.
ho ho.
Ho. Ho. Everything he says is very short. Like he stops talking.
Oh man.
So that's one of the best quotes of the movie. Might be the best.
It is the best.
So like you said, Wally, McClane is able to listen in and writes the names down on his arm with a marker. So he knows who's who, so he can
many there are.
Freak these people out. Ellis is pretty dumb in this movie, but he's not dumb here. He's like, "Is your husband doing shit? Like, this is your husband that just killed this guy." And she's like, "Just quiet. Like, I don't want anybody to know it's him." Right. So she now knows. McClane tries to use the radio and call the cops, which he does get through. They don't believe him.
They berate him for you.
Right,
He's
for
like
using the line.
Don't even send anybody, and then.
But he's using like
right
cop lingo and stuff like that. It's
of course.
Lady doesn't sound like I'm ordering a pizza. Like, fucking
and
send
then
somebody.
Gunshots are fired.
Yeah.
And they
hear it.
They hear it and they get freaked out so much that they throw their headsets off their heads.
Yeah.
Then they like generically call Carl Winslow like,
just go check this out.
it's probably fake.
Yeah.
Like, who? It's gunfire. What the hell? So while he does that, of course, he alerts everybody else. So they
there's
come
also a lot of
because they can hear him on their radios.
There's a lot of fast and loose playing with how the radios work.
The channels,
like,
right?
You have to push the button down
To talk.
to talk.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
And also the channels, yes.
Right.
So you're all just staying on one channel?
Yes.
So you can all
Yeah,
hear each
why
other
wouldn't you
at
just
all at the same
randomly
time?
switch the channel? I guess you don't know.
Yeah, you
what-
can't really like...
Right.
But
tell
then they
people.
will like talk to one, like every now and then they'll be like, all right, let me talk to John McClane now.
Yeah.
And he hasn't switched and they haven't switched. Like,
Yeah.
And neither of the terrorists, so everybody hears
Right.
what's going on with everybody. Anyway, Carl Winslow's going to come investigate. I like when earlier McClane walks by the porn taped to the panel, the electrical panel, right?
Yeah.
And then now he walks by it again, and he just goes by and goes, "Girls," keeps going. Like, I love that. He lowers himself down elevator shaft via gun. Here you go, physics.
And then
strong gun.
Strong ass gun.
And then he like falls / jumps to
Catches
the
it,
other
slips.
side, but misses where he's
Yep.
trying, and then falls like 15, 20 feet and catches himself. Now,
Yeah.
so I've got a problem with that.
Right.
And then I've
'Cause
got
you've
a
watched
problem with-
American Ninja Warrior. No one can do that.
Well, he
No
falls
one
another 15 feet
Right.
and then suddenly
No
is
one
able
can
to
fall
have the figure
that,
strength.
like
Anyway.
even like 2 feet and
That's-
catch themselves.
Not, yes, you're right. That's not where for me it was like, all right, come on.
But then, like, the guy basically goes to look down the shaft that he fell down and doesn't see the gun laying there on the ground.
He's
Too far
higher
down.
up,
Yeah,
isn't he?
The gun's way down.
The gun fell.
How did the gun would have had to fall like back into the alley,
Didn't it
not
fall
down
in?
the.
Oh, maybe not.
I think it got yanked in and fell down
I thought
the
it
shaft.
fell in with him. So that's
Okay.
why the gun's
Maybe.
not there. But then why
This
is
is
the
why
door
I
open?
forget. I wish I could remember who did it, but someone like
Right.
the joke was like you don't need to be jacked to be a movie star. You just have to have hand strength.
Yeah.
You just got to be able to hang off of ledges, and then you can be a movie star.
You're so good.
Yep.
Anyway, so then he gets up in the air duct and they shoot it because they keep hearing him and keep shooting, and he keeps narrowly avoiding death
You know,
as they shoot because the German has a brother who's
The dead German's
very
brother
upset.
is super upset.
he's
yeah.
very pissed off, obviously. So then we get McClane, the second best quote of the movie, or one of the best, where he's in the
Course, we'll have a good time.
Of course, we'll get together, have a few laughs. He's got the cigarette lighter so he can see. The first time in a movie that I think that somebody got into the like air conditioning shaft or whatever, ductwork.
it's in
Is
every
that the
movie
first
now, I
time?
don't
No,
know.
it's in everything. Carl Winslow shows up, talks to the guard who comes out, and he has a fake Southern accent. Carl almost dies. He's not actually named Carl, but I'm just going to refer to him as Carl Winslow anyway.
Oh, right, he's
He
not.
almost dies. If he'd taken like a few more steps, they would have killed him, but he turns around and leaves.
Yeah.
And McClane is pissed off because he's watching this from the window, so then he decides... Well,
Gotta
no.
send a
Then he gets
message.
attacked by two bad guys and kills them both, and then decides, I'm going to throw one out the window.
He kills.
To, like-
he kills one of them, because I think the other one was
Maybe
still
the-
the angry German.
Maybe the German gets away. I can't remember. Anyway, he throws this guy out the window. It smashes on Carl Winslow's car, and he says the third most memorable quote, or three, "Welcome to the party, pal!"
Oh yeah.
Law enforcement's finally going to get involved. Argyle has no idea this is happening. You see him like... Why Carl
In the
Winslow's
limo.
car crashes right behind him, and he has no idea because he's just listening to music, talking on the phone, being cool. The bad guy from Ghostbusters is in this movie. The weird dude from the EPA who like tries to shut them down and takes them to court and everything.
Right, that guy.
He's the news channel dude,
that guy.
and he hears the shots fired thing from Carl
There's a story
Winslow.
here.
Bodies are flying from the sky, so he wants to go chase that story.
Yeah.
John talks to Hans Gruber on the walkie-talkie now.
Is this where they're calling him Roy?
Yeah, he says, "You're a real John Wayne, motherfucker." He says, "More of a Roy Rogers fan, but yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker."
Yeah, that's the line.
There's the number one,
Yeah.
most likely. But that one's great, but
That one's
like,
overplayed.
overplayed.
They
Well, that's
Overpla-
but that's
Now
what I
I'm-
mean. That's why it's
yeah.
the one. It's
Now I have
'cause-
a machine gun ho 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 is the funniest.
Yes.
I think. Or maybe come out to the coast. I don't know.
To the coast.
That to me is funny because the podcast I listened to, that was like a running thing at the beginning because this dude said it and he did it so poorly that they would just always make him like repeat it again, and it was never better.
Carl and John talk to each other, which is fun. Their conversations are really fun. Holly says she's second in command, so now she's first in command because
he killed her boss.
She killed the boss.
Which do you think it's odd that Hans has used her office as his headquarters?
Yeah, it is kind of weird. They wouldn't use the main guy's office.
Yeah.
I guess.
I guess
Maybe
it's
closer,
to be close to the.
Because there's a lot of fighting that happens in the other office that people don't hear, but then they hear him die in the beginning. Like they scream and they hear the gunshot when they know he got taken in there. So I don't know how far away it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Holly's really in there to check and see if the picture of McLean is put down, and it is. She hid the picture. Argyle finally figures out there's something going on here. Something weird going on here.
How did he?
He
had been ignoring the radio because his music is on.
He heard the news.
Oh, and
he was watching the news.
He saw the truck
on TV,
pulling around down in the basement of the parking garage.
Oh, okay.
But it was a truck that didn't belong there or something.
That's later.
Later.
He's watching TV and he sees on the news shots fired in Nakatomi Plaza.
He's watching the TV.
Shit,
now.
I'm in Nakatomi Plaza. Then he tries to drive out and all the gates are shut.
Locked down.
And that's when he finds the other truck.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Carl gets usurped by his chief or whatever, and he's like, this guy's a terrorist. And he's like, no, he's definitely a cop. Listen to the way he talks.
Yeah.
Chief ignores. He says they're going in, and then they send in a strike team. And did you see who is part of the strike team that goes in?
No.
No.
Richard Pryor.
Really?
He's the guy who runs. All he does is he runs through the bushes and gets pricked by a bush and turns and looks like, ow.
Okay,
That's Richard Pryor.
I had no idea.
He's in this movie.
No idea.
Just for that part. Argyle's stuck. He can't get out. Theo spots out all the guys trying to storm the place, and police get their asses kicked. And then they decide to bring in an RV, and then they get RPG'd.
Yeah, it's like a mobile tank almost.
Yep. And then we get the iconic Theo line, the quarterback is toast.
Oh, yep.
And then Hans shoots it again. And then McLean's like, you know what? Fuck this place. I'm dropping a bomb down this elevator shaft. So he puts C4 in a book bag, duct tapes it to a chair, and then kicks it down an elevator shaft, and it explodes because he found C4 in that one dude's bag, which we'll figure out what that's
this
for
is
later.
Team America type stuff.
So funny.
Let me stop this crime by doing a worse, better crime.
Yeah.
Which he gets called out for. Look at all that property damage. He's like, fuck you, property damage. Who the fuck are you? I'm the chief of police. Go fuck yourself. Put the other guy on. And then he does.
And he does, yeah.
And then we get Harry Ellis coming in and doing the Hans Booby, I'm your white knight.
Oh, yeah.
What? Who has ever said booby? Hans Booby, I'm your white knight. So he is going to expose John, I guess? I don't know.
He says, I can sell it. This is nothing compared to what I do every day.
I'll sell it to him and he'll give himself up? I don't know what the plan is here. So Harry talks to him like they're best friends. He the one good thing he does in the entire movie, doesn't give up the wife.
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't give up Holly. He's like, we were best friends. You need to come and end this. If you don't, they're going to kill me. And then Hans is like, yeah, good idea. If they don't, I will kill you. Picks up the gun, and John tries to talk Hans out of it, and Ellis dies.
McLean's like, you don't know me. You need to tell him that you don't know me, or he is going to kill you.
And he does. Because John's not going to give
And then the
give up
captain's
the
like,
detonators.
see, look, he just let his friend die.
Yeah.
Man, you got to read between the lines.
Carl does not have it. Hans,
Is he typecast as a cop, or does he ever play anything else?
I'm sure
He's
there's
typecast as a cop.
Okay.
there's got to be some other things that he's been in, right? Anyway, Hans says to the cops, now that I'm talking to you, I need all these guys released from prison that are like terrorists. And he's just making them up.
Yeah, he's just giving them stuff
And
to do that don't matter.
Everyone's laughing. Like all the other bad guys are laughing. Like, what the fuck are
I like
you talking
the one
about?
where he actually lets go of the
Yes.
walkie-talkie mic and goes, I read about them in Time magazine.
He like making this all up so that they get all mixed up.
Ghostbusters. He's a jail guard.
There you go. Theo sings Christmas tunes as he breaks into the vault. The FBI show up and they're going to take over, and Hans wants that to happen. We're not sure why. We see him going up to the roof, and he bumps into John McClane by accident. So Hans Gruber has bumped into John McClane, and John's like, nice to him, we think. And he's like, who are you? Like later on, that's when we get Clay.
Bew
Clay. Which he read off of a...
Yeah, he very smartly just read it off of a
He
thing.
smartly read it off
Then
of
John
like
McClane
a thing,
sees it
but John
also.
McClane also sees him reading it off the thing, so he's able to figure it out. So he gives Hans a gun and turns his back on him, but it's not loaded.
Right, which Hans then tries to shoot him with.
And then he chases him, and then I do like when he goes, no bullets, idiot! Why would I give you a gun with bullets in it? Who do you think I am? John fucking McClane. We get the fight. Then we get shoot the glass. So the guy can't hear because he's trying to say it in German. And he's like, what? What are you saying? Yeah. Shoot the glass. And then they do it. And then because he knows he's barefoot, he has to walk all over broken glass to escape, but he does.
He does. And then he ends up having terrible, like, bloody feet the rest of the movie.
Yeah. And in the process, he loses the detonators, which we don't know what they're for yet, but they got the detonators back.
Well, he thinks they're useless because he used the C4.
Yeah,
he thought he had used the C4 up.
They haven't planted the bombs yet, so why do they have these? You can't figure that part out yet. The German's pissed that they didn't kill him. They got the detonators. And then Carl talks to John. He says, the guys are taking bets. It's not going well for you. And he goes, well, put me down for myself for 20.
Yeah, I'm good for
and
it.
then he's like, what's your story, Carl Winslow? I shot a kid. Which is such a turn when you first see it. Like, I shot a kid.
It was a turn.
Have you never seen that part
No,
before?
I've never seen that before.
Quite
Now I don't want to shoot anybody.
He had a ray gun. I shot him, and now I don't want to. I carry a gun still, and I'm still on the beat, but
Well, he said he's
like
usually
in
a
office
desk
position.
right,
Yeah,
usually at the desk. Anyway,
and John says he would have figured him for the streets.
so Han back in the building. Hans Gruber's like, don't worry about this last lock that you're trying to break, Theo, because I've got it covered. And he's like, it's an electric lock, and you can shut off the power or something like that. You're not gonna be able to do it. Well, of course, the FBI come in, and their whole terrorist playbook is to cut the power, so that's gonna allow them to open the vault.
Yeah. They
So
need
it's
the
all
FBI
part of the
to
plan.
let them do it.
And then they're going to have them fly in with helicopters.
Which is
and
why they
blow up the roof.
Yeah, which is why they claim to be terrorists, is
Right.
so that the FBI would have to get involved.
Yep. And then they can blow the roof. They don't need the helicopters. They're going to escape out the basement in the car that Theo pulls out later.
An ambulance.
Right. The ambulance.
Yeah.
And he's all dressed up. So they're going to pretend to be paramedics and leave with all the money.
Yeah, and they say like they're gonna blow up the roof just so like that's what they concentrate on.
And they think they're dead.
Months later, when they figure out
Right.
what's going on, we'll be on a beach.
Yep.
Yes. He
This
says,
is a fantastic
they'll-
plan. Gets
helicopters
screwed by fucking John McClane. It's all his fault.
Right,
that they
he
did not
screwed it
win.
all up. They could have done it. He says, helicopters will come, we'll blow the roof, then we'll sit on a beach and earn 20%.
That's I don't know what you're investing in,
But
but
that's very good
yeah,
investment.
you're doing phenomenal if you're doing
Yeah, right.
20%.
This is the 80s, so.
Maybe he's investing
Housing
in Apple.
market.
Yeah, maybe. TV guy's a dick to the babysitter of the McLeans.
Oh, Jesus,
and,
this guy's
like
the
interviews
worst.
the kids.
Yeah,
Uh,
tells like the lady he's gonna report her to
yeah,
ICE or
right,
whatever.
right. He reports,
Yeah.
threatens the lady. John finds out the roof's gonna blow, so he tells Carl, but the Germans attack him. Hans sees the TV and figures out that John and Holly are related.
Yep.
So,
And since he's set up shop in her office, he just picks up the picture.
And of course, he finds the picture because he's now seen him when he was Bill Clay.
Going back to the Bill Clay thing, that was such good thinking on his feet.
Yes,
And
both
he drops
of them.
the accent entirely.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
it's
right.
fantastic.
He does no accent. We forgot to talk about that. Even though it's really kind of the same voice almost.
Yeah.
Well, he goes from his
It's not like the fake German version, but it's still Hans Gruber regular voice, or whatever his name is. Rickman. Sorry. Let's see. The FBI guys go up and say, "It's just like Saigon, eh, Slick?"
Oh yeah,
And the other guy
this was the
says-
bad guy from The Mask. I reckon.
Yes.
The other guy says, "I was in junior high, dickhead." Very funny.
I'm pretty sure that's the bad guy from The Mask.
The one, the main guy, it definitely is.
The Saigon guy.
Yeah, John.
Travis Wood.
He clears off the roof and then has to escape when the roof is going to explode. So he uses the fire hose maneuver.
This is where I was like, you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are dead.
Yeah. So he uses a fire hose to rappel down the building while this is instantly while it's exploding too. Like he jumps off and explodes.
Yeah.
And land on a window and shoot your way in and then smash the glass and then survive the rest of the hose going down by untying it.
Yeah, and not take
Right.
you with it. Yeah.
Right, and not take you down with it. Anyway. So he does that iconic move. The chopper explodes. Argyle sees Theo driving the van out.
Peter Green was not in this movie, and he is the bad guy from The Mask.
Oh, there you go.
This dude was named Robert Davey. Don't know what
I've seen him before.
He looked he
Looks
to me
so
he looked
familiar.
like Edward James Olmos,
Maybe.
but he's not.
Argyle smashes the fake ambulance and punches out Theo, but we never see Theo again.
Oh, he's in the
He's
Goonies.
Jake from the Goonies. Which
you
one's
go.
Jake? Is that the older brother?
I think so. Like the one who's like
Yeah.
cooking pasta.
Okay.
Because it's him and some Rick Moranis type.
Oh, right. Of the robbers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Yeah.
So Argyle smashes this thing, punches out Theo, and that's a close for Theo. We never see him again.
Yep.
McClane confronts Hans.
Yeah, is he dead?
From a punch, yeah.
No, I don't think he's dead. I
Okay.
From a
think he just
punch?
got arrested.
Come on. People die from punches all the time.
Like a weak nerd who could break through vaults but couldn't fight.
Exactly.
So he gets killed by a punch. John, Hans, confrontation, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Duct tape not duct tape, present tape, the gun to his back. Shoots him, has his happy trails, but Hans grabs onto the Rolex that was given to Holly, which Ellis is super weird about. She's like, look at the watch, look at her watch, tell him about the watch. Earlier in the movie. And he's like, nice watch. Okay. Jesus Christ.
They just missed the chip shot field goal.
33, but it's super windy.
People love this stuff. So anyway, he kills him, shoots him, kicks him off the roof when the Rolex breaks. We get a bloody makeout. Then they get out of there. And then Carl Winslow and John McClane have this awesome scene where they lock eyes in slow motion.
I
and
fucking know it's you.
they give each other a big hug without even talking because they knew each other. Then, for some reason, I never understood this.
Yeah.
The German number 2, who was hung by the chain,
Yeah.
who looks to be dead when everyone leaves the roof, he still looks dead,
Yeah.
comes out of the building, comes out from
Melted and
debris.
burned.
Comes out from debris, all melty.
So maybe
maybe he
yeah.
shot out of his area from the explosion,
Like
landed on the ground, survived.
I was thinking like
How?
it kind of collapsed.
Collapsed, and that's how he got down.
Yeah.
But he's underneath
But
stuff.
he should be dead. Yeah.
He should have been dead like 10 times over.
100% be dead.
And so he goes
Especially
to shoot
since his brother died from just falling down the stairs wrong.
via headlock takeover. So he comes out and he starts shooting his machine gun, and Carl, who shot a kid, he shoots this guy dead
Like 7 times.
and saves the day.
Yeah.
And Argyle pulls out and it's like, you want to get out of here? And then Holly says yes in 1 minute after she punches out the TV guy
Yep.
who asks her some dumb question. And she just punches him
And
out.
the cops definitely don't want to talk to them for any reason.
Yeah.
Nope.
They don't get
You can leave.
debriefed at all. And then he's out of there, and that's it. Let it snow. Ends this movie.
Yep.
All right. So, what'd you think, Bill? You finally saw the remaining 60% of this thing.
It was enjoyable. I liked it.
Okay.
I don't think it's the best movie that's ever been made or whatever, like people make it out to be, but it's good. I did enjoy it.
It's very
fun
good.
movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's fun.
And it is. I'm not even trying to start a debate. It is a Christmas movie. I
Yeah,
don't
come
understand
on.
how you can think it's not.
Christmas movie.
It's about a Christmas party.
It is. All right. Wally, you got a top 5, or can we collapse that segment?
I do have a top 5.
All right, go.
This past week, the Ballon d'Or was awarded. If I was given voting, I would have voted number 5, Ronaldo, number 4, Benzema, number 3, Messi, number 2,
Too low.
Lewandowski, and number 1, Jorginho.
Okay.
Messi is the correct answer.
Jorginho this past year won the UEFA Champions League and won the Euros. That's 2 major tournaments that he won. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Let's go on to, what was it, tweets of the week?
We're going to collapse those two because we're way the fuck over. Wally, you're up next.
We're going to watch Die Hard 2 because apparently that's also a Christmas movie. And I didn't feel like exactly.
What is happening?
I don't remember that one, so
I think it's
Die Hard
also a
3
Christmas
the one that
movie.
actually has the wrestler in it?
Yes, it's only Die Hard. So wait, we're doing Die Hard 2. I'm interested to see what you guys think because for a long time I had seen 1 and 3 and 4 and 5 or how many others there are, which they all kind of stink. And I watched this one a couple years ago, and I'm like, this isn't that bad. Like, it's the same fucking movie again, basically, but with airplanes.
Watching
but
it.
it's
So
kind
wait,
of fun.
Die Hard meets Con Air? A little bit.
Not quite, because he's on the ground.
He's just
Oh.
in an airport.
Oh,
Planes
okay.
aren't. The gimmick is planes can't land. Terrorists are controlling like the ground, and they've like rigged the air, like the strip to blow or something like that, so nobody can land. So it's like the same kind of like pedestrians are at peril up in the sky, and I think Holly's in the plane,
Naturally.
and I think he's down below trying to like kill the terrorists and clear the airfield or something.
Yeah, because the first 2 movies is her. The third one's his son that's in trouble. Because the fourth one is definitely
one of them is his
daughter.
son is like also a cop,
Okay, I think
and
that's
they're like a team up, and
That
it's
might be
really
the
bad.
third? I don't remember.
It's not
It's
the
like
fourth. I know
it's the fourth or the fifth.
The fourth is Live Free or Die Hard. That's definitely with his daughter.
Right, his daughter's somewhere
And
else, and
was it Joseph Gordon-Levitt? Isn't it? I think?
something? Yeah, they're all forgettable. I remember there's one where he literally like fights a helicopter.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like okay,
Live Free or Die Hard.
okay, I'm out on Die Hard. This franchise is dead.
Was it Joseph?
All right, so Die Hard.
No,
2.
it's Justin Long who's in that.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Live Free or Die Hard.
It's her
movie.
boyfriend, I think. Right?
Something like
Yeah,
he's-
it's like her boyfriend, and they have to
no,
team
he's a
up.
hacker.
But it's I thought it was her
I don't
boyfriend.
know.
Anyway, whatever. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Die
We're
Hard
watching the
2.
second one though.
Die Hard 2.
Yes.
Which does not have a wrestler.
Invoking
may or
John
may
Wick
not-
rules.
May or may not
Kevin
be
Nash
a. Yeah, this is the Kevin Nash rule.
It should be the John Wick rule though, because we've watched many movies with Kevin Nash in it.
It's Kevin Nash rule. Anything Kevin Nash has been even a slight part of, we can watch. Just keep it going. Anyway, all right, that's it. That's the end of this one. We'll find out what Shibata says next week, right?
He's coming back.
On the 15th, so we'll find out what that is and much, much more. And Bill will have to pick a Christmas movie too, right?
I don't have to.
I mean, you should. You should, goddammit. Anyway, that's it. Peace out.
See ya.